Democrats forget who won the Civil War and what side they were on? Because they keep asking for a rematch. They lost the first time and they'll lose again. It makes no sense. Now this is Brandon Johnson, who is, in my opinion, a walking piece of excrement pretending to be a mayor. He says about the Civil War here. And the other thing he says in the video, I'll put a link in the description below, because I just can't tolerate this guy as far as the idiocy that's coming out of his mouth.
You all have heard me speak of this before. I've said this for the last couple of years. The extreme right in this country wants a rematch of the Civil War. His own mentor, President Andrew Jackson.
See, he keeps forgetting the Republicans won the Civil War. The Democrats lost. They're saying they want a rematch as if the Republicans lost and the Democrats won. That's not what happened. These people are insane with TDS, Trump Derangement Syndrome. Because you wouldn't even say that if he had a brain. And I don't believe he does. I think the only reason he is mayor of Chicago is because he's black, and a lot of dumbasses in Chicago vote based on color, not content. I'll leave a link in there if you see the rest of it. I'm not going to play any more of this guy because I can't stand him. To me, he's just horrible at his job. Hopefully he won't be hired again. But a lot of dumbasses still out there, so he might win again. The Republican Party was formed in 1854. One of their goals was to end slavery. And unlike most political parties, they actually did what they planned to do. They passed the 13th, 14th, and 15th Amendments. And yet today, people think they're a party of the KKK, which is not true, because our education has been so corrupted. But these are the facts. They passed it with 100% support. Look at these. They passed these with overwhelming support for freeing the slaves and giving them rights. This is what it was. The 14th Amendment was gave citizens to free slaves. It wasn't for just anybody who was born here. That's been warped. So the scumbag Democrats can pad the electoral college for themselves. Not the way it's supposed to be. This is a video. I'm going to put a link to it in the description. This is about the first black representatives. They were all Republicans at the time. And this is what the Republican Party, I think, is forgetting to remind people of. This is where we started as Republicans. We need to not demand people vote for us because they're black, but we should say, hey, this is what we did when we had power, what we're doing now, how we treat the black versus how Democrats treat the black. In this video, they show about the Democrats start the KKK and followed up with all the segregation, red line laws, and all these other laws that restricted black people. Those were all Democrat laws. So I don't even understand how they still get so many votes there, but let me play this little bit of snippet and I'll put the rest of it in the video below.
And then he was a race champion during the Civil War. And then afterward, he was in Mississippi, where he was appointed by the state legislature to be a United States Senator. In response to black political power during Reconstruction, the South was just ripe with violence, and everything was under state. And the most obvious early example of that violence was the Ku Klux Klan.
This was Democrat doing. So we need to understand where people were, how they started, and what party was for what, and how things are pretty much the same, just with a different tint today. Democrats still are the party of white supremacy. They never stopped. They just changed the way they say it now. I'll show you that in a minute. See, I'm gonna have links to these as well, but the Democrats passed all the segregation laws. They fought against all the civil rights laws. They did that. And there never was a party switch. And that's the who's proves that many times over. The party didn't switch, people stopped voting for the Democrats in the South. That's what changed, not the parties. You can see that by the people who were in there. But I brought these here because Democrats will always just say that there were civil laws. They won't say who passed the laws. They keep ignoring the fact that they did that, not the Republicans. They did that. And they still have the same ideals today. They're just dressing up a little bit fancy. Here's what I'm showing you next one right now for that one. Now the links down below so you can read all the data where I have this stuff from and see what's going on. Here's what I mean when I say Democrats still define superior. Because if you didn't think they were superior, you wouldn't have the nerve to even say this. They say black kids don't know what the word computer means. And they also say black people don't know how to get ID to vote. This is just ridiculous. The only people pushing this lie of white supremacy are leftist Democrats. They're the only ones pushing that. No conservative, no Republican is saying blacks are inferior anytime. But Democrats say it because they keep saying you're a victim. You're too stupid to do anything. You're too stupid to obey laws. You're too stupid to read the rules. You're too stupid for everything except for vote for them. And sadly, since LBJ said he don't have niggas voting for him, they have been correct, and people have been voting for him blindly because they dumbed down our education system and they conflated things. Instead of they say America had slavery. No, it was Democrats that had the slavery. It was the southern states that had slavery. It wasn't everywhere. It wasn't the whole country. We need to have the truth. Now, we need to get people to start knowing the truth. But I cannot vote for who thinks I'm too stupid to get an ID. And I don't think any black person should be voting for anybody who thinks they're that stupid. But hey, you can do what you want. But this is why they didn't do it. And the parties didn't switch. They just changed their tactics. They just try to say, using a victim card to try to make people feel good by saying, you're special, so we're going to give you affirmative action because you're too stupid to pass tests on your own. You're too stupid to get the job on your own. But if we lower the standards or give you special privileges, then you get the job. But vote for us. But they never try to solve any problems. They just make things worse. Look at cities like Chicago, New York, wherever Democrats rule, crime is rampant. Disaster is rampant. Education schools are failing horribly because they don't want you smart. They don't want you thinking. They want you dependent. And they did such a good job of getting blacks to obliterate themselves via abortion from Margaret Sanger that now they have to import more people to try to get power, but have more dependent class of illegal aliens, whatever country they come from. So this is what I'm saying. Stop being fooled. Use your brain. Don't vote emotional. That's what the Democrats do. They're masters of emotional manipulation. And that's how they've been getting people to vote for them, because they tell you that the Republicans are bad, but they don't tell you how they're bad or why they're bad. They just say bad, they just say racist, and get people all emotionally upset, but with no facts or empirical evidence behind it, or truth and context behind it. And that's what you need. So let's give people some food for thought. We're coming up on a big election in 26 for Congress. We don't need, if we get the Democrats to have power, things will be horrible for the citizens. They were horrible under Biden, and they will be worse because they would just take all our money and give it to illegal aliens like they're doing in places like Chicago and LA and all these other places. They'll have the citizens starving, veterans on the street, but illegal aliens are being forced to our hotels. That's wrong. Republicans have to stop being cowards. They have to go back to the roots of the party, say it's based on freedom, point out that they have never passed any policies to suppress black people, and show it in writing. Point out that it's okay to remove illegal aliens. Point out that the 14th Amendment was designed to make slaves whole, not just anybody who came into the country, who's born in the country. It's designed for people who are citizens by law. The slaves were made citizens. So that's what that's for. So it's not for illegal aliens. It's not for people visiting on visa. It's not that. Republicans, stop being afraid to speak up. Say that you screwed up and became country club Republicans for a little while, and you didn't do nothing, and you screwed up, and you didn't fight against the South kicking out this Reconstruction people. But make those things, but keep going forward with how you can make things better now. Get rid of all the DEI, because that's nothing. Just go with put merit over everything, and make sure you tell people you never put white supremacy thing, never Republican thing. That's always been a Democrat thing. They have both put find the folders, find the flyers. They had that. No Republicans had that. Point out how insulting it is for them to say that blacks can't get ID and other things, can't read, can't write. Having a stock freezer or being on time is white supremacy. That's ridiculous. Democrats call anything positive white supremacy. And they say, it's like they're saying blacks can't be positive. Blacks can't be a plus. That's what Democrats are saying. Just using emotional manipulation to get people to swallow the garbage. So Republicans, bring this stuff up. Point out the differences between the parties. Don't try to get along. Go after them like they went after Trump with the full force of law when they violate the law. Don't twist the law like they did, but use the law equally. Don't twist it. Don't contort it. Don't make something that's a misdemeanor into a felony. Just do the right thing and let the people know the truth. Be honest with the people. Tell them everything. Don't blow sunshine up the butt. Just do the right thing, and we will keep this country free and keep everything going well. You got to be brave. You can't be cowards. So that's all I got to say, and I have links to my merch below. And also, I forgot the one thing that I should have put in here earlier, but I'm like doing a video again. Is Abraham Lincoln did do reparations, but the Democrats stopped it. After he was assassinated, and they kicked the people out. They stopped the Reconstruction efforts. So point that out. Tried, they stopped it, and can't fix it. And all those people are dead now, so can't fix that. So you got to do it like that. All right, this is my message. Good luck.